So first off, like, let's start with the pistol round. Like, most of the times, the guy who usually should have, if you guys are gonna buy a kit, should be the A guy, because the angles here are literally just headshot angles if you play them correctly, and if you feel like, if you see like if it's an A hit with smokes or whatever, just try to hold your ground, but don't like. I would suggest you start from here, holding it like this, and if you see the smokes, just take the shots from here. Don't try to go overboard, and if they're gonna swarm A, then at least you have a backup plan to go back and just hold from here. This is still a good angle, so have a good chance to win some duels, and just wait for your teammates and go from there. Okay, now that's out of the way, let's talk about, because you and the connector guy, whoever plays connector, need to have a good communication. So let's start off with the spawns. Like, if most of the times it should be the connector guy molotoving for you. So he comes here and molotovs, and then what you do is that you flash, because if you want to use the connector guy's molly, so you still have your molotov in case that you need it. It could be if you're playing retake, or you just, we have cleared mid, your teammates have cleared mid and no one there, then you want to kind of block A fast, because most of the times there might be an A explosion. So yeah, make sure that your connector guy molotovs for you as he runs to connector. But if there's no one to molotov for you, it's fine, you can do it yourself. It's not a biggie. But make sure that you always have flashes. So this is the most important thing for the AWPer or whoever goes mid, is that they have flashes from A. You either have... I would recommend to have 2, because you will probably do this first, and then if your connector guy want to push out, you can do that as well. Oops, sorry, that one. So you have 2 flashes supporting, and then you probably want to start off like this, boom, and then let's say your connector guy pushes, flashing behind them, like that. And let's say that your teammates are saying that they're going to push mid or fight for mid. I wouldn't recommend playing CT, as like you can probably play CT if you have no other choice, especially if you have thrown grenades and stuff. What you should do instead, in my opinion, is that you can just leave A open after you molotov a flash, and just go with your connector guy. And what you want to do here, just want to smoke apps, and then you want to hold A from here. Like, you can jiggle this, or you don't need to jiggle, you can just hold it all an off angle. And if you have an HE and they throw smokes, you can just, break the smoke and aim with your teammates. Why you want to do this instead of playing like sight or close by is that at least like you have a fighting chance to be very annoying, because when they come out of here, let's say the terrorists are hitting on A, and then they are coming out, like they still have to find the A guy, and if they don't do that, it's going to be like taking a long time for them. And if you just aim from here, like they will still be just trying to find the guy who's holding A. And also you have a much safer path to escape. Alright, let's go over like when you should be playing on site. Like if they are defaulting, for example, the terrorists are throwing a lot of, they've taken mid and such, and in that sense you probably like can tell that there are maybe 1 or 2 people towards A, or maybe even none, but you can still have a very powerful position against that. So playing like around this area when you have smoked apps is very good. Like you can hold literally A from this position is very powerful, so you can jiggle this or hold an off angle, or you can just play around here, and if someone comes out apps, you still have a time to react, or even your teammates have a much safer path crossing this path, like this way, and then they can just hold the smoke for you. But this is like only temporary, so when your smoke dissipates, you need to make a new plan. And like most of the times, you should kinda like try to get into shadow, or even if, let's say, your opera is trying to help you out, and if it says, okay, I'm in the jungle, or you see him around this area, or you connect a guy, then you can like move on to shadow, and then just hold an off angle from here. And you can also, like, if let's say you have an opera, he rotates to CT, then this position is also very good. You're covering him from apps, and then he only needs to hold slope. So, ramp. And let's talk about like prioritizing where you want to smoke. If you would smoke like ramp, it kind of creates a situation where they can still go through it if you're not playing close, but it doesn't give you as much security as it would give you to smoke apps. Because if you smoke apps, then it means that you can play in this like hidden spots here. This entire area is for you to play on without worrying about them, not to worry about them too much. Of course, if they smoke and make a wall of smoke here, then your teammates cannot help you when they cross. But that information should already been gathered that is going to be maybe an A hit. You're still playing a face hit pug, so it's not that advanced, you know. So think about it like this way: if there's nothing in mid and nothing on B or whatever, then it most likely might be an A explosion or maybe an A hit. And if you smoke apps early on, or your teammates smoke for you, you can play this. You can play here, and then your teammates can even assist you with flashes in front of default, and you can just pop with them and then try to kill them when they come up. And like also using the smoke on apps means that the guy who lurks out of this, like from apps, to try to have a good timing, is that like you kind of canceling him out, which is which is great for you when you're playing around this area. Okay, let's talk about if the enemy team, like in the pugs, is going to be chaotic. Like, it's not easy holding A, especially in a pug, because there's so much things you have to take account for. And one way of approaching a chaotic pug as an A holder, honestly, just be as chaotic as them. Like, don't, like, imagine you're being the guy on the, like, you're going to hit A as a terrorist. When you get, like, the first time you get to A and then you kill the guy or whatever, you're kind of making them scared. And if you are given that freedom to come up here and just take the duels with an AK, I mean, you're probably gonna do it again. So what I recommend to that is being as chaotic or aggressive as you possibly can. So if you want to stop that, like let's say you Molotov here and then you come up here, you sneak here, and then maybe a flash. Sorry, that was a very bad flash. A flash like this, and then you just swing with it. And you don't need to stay here. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't need to stay here, but you're just showing yourself. Another way of doing this, let's say you've taken ramp, but you shouldn't leave it. You should just stay here, and then if you have your smoke, you can just jiggle like this. When you see someone, you can just smoke. And if you don't have a smoke, you have a molly, you can do the same thing and then just Molotov as soon as you see someone, and then you can fall back like this. And for example, this way, even if you don't see anyone coming up ramp, this position can be very powerful in the late rounds. So let's say you're doing this and they've come out mid. It means probably for you, you can take an even better position, like play this off angle here. It's crazy good. So if you just stay here and then, let's say your teammates lose the fights or whatever in mid and then they're trying to split A, you're going to be in a very, very good position. As for like most of the times, well, it's 50-50, sorry. So it's like maybe the A lurk is on apps, or maybe it's even ramp. But if he was ramp, you probably get a contact very, very early on if you're playing here. And when they come up A, your job is not to, maybe kill the first guy. If you've been hidden all the time, you have taken no contact, you can maybe even deny the bomb and be a nuisance. Alright, there might be some other stuff I haven't covered. Yeah, actually, you don't actually need to hold A all the time, especially in a pug. I think most of the times you can actually help out in mid. Like, let's say you have flashed from here and then your connector guy is playing aggressive and he goes out in mid and fights. You should probably join him. Like, don't join him in running out in mid, but join him into coming here and then just taking the fight from here. Especially when you have one guy in window, maybe guys pushing short or whatnot. Like, you don't need to stay on A. Holding A is also, if you die on A and you give them A, they probably will take CT and then you guys are in a very bad situation. And A is much easier to retake than B, so you don't need to always be on A. One last thing to cover actually is that when you have you and your connector guy, or the guy who supports A, is to make a plan for if they have not hit A yet. You could tell your teammate to come and help you. It could be such as like doing a setup very early on. So coming here, you guys are Molotoving, and then maybe your connector guy just tries to get into this position as quick as possible. And then you can play CT or you can play site. Doesn't matter. You can even like play an angle like this. Like this. And if they come A, if you bait for your teammates who's in sandwich, it's going to be a great way to surprise them. Alright guys, thank you for this time. See you next time. Bye bye.